showtime.
You know, we're just talking Mustangs. That's it. Mustang Man's up here. Nice ride. Nice ride. Let's head over to the kitchen, who's feeling much better these days.
Yeah, let's talk to a real stud. Talk about Mustangs. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM on yet a beautiful day today. Gloria's going to tell you about how that might be a changing in just a little bit. The man who's resurrected Limestone County, Mark Yarbrough, chairman of the Limestone County Commission. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Jamie. How are you this morning?
And Joseph, I can't stand it. I got to get me a new car every time I turn around. Well, Mustang man. Scott Phillips, good to have you back in here this morning.
Good to be here.
What are you talking about today?
Well, you know, we're going to talk about something that happened to me this past year. And something that's really kind of fantastic. So
yes, it was.
Share.
Let me tell y'all what happened to me last Tuesday this time in here. Y'all know I had to go to the ER last Monday morning. Dr. Moore comes in and says, uh-oh. I said, what do you mean, uh-oh? Boy, you got a case of the shingles. I said, really? Give it to the good Lord to give it to Jamie Cooper on his face. But anyway, I am healed now. I want to apologize to the East Limestone bowling team last week. Called them the Athens bowling. Hey, I was a little bit under the weather. Zack.
You was. I give you a little break on that.
I had a mask on and rubber gloves. I didn't want to infect anybody in
You
there.
didn't. I don't really.
So Zack, how's that Toyota running?
Well, if I had air in it, it's bad when you buy a new vehicle. I'm not going to get mad or nothing, but it's bad when you buy a new vehicle and the air conditioning don't work. And
Zack,
don't get him started.
That's all you coming, Zack.
Yeah, sucker born every minute.
Dang.
Toyotas are the best vehicles on the highway.
That's what they're saying.
Top 10 cars.
So I'm going to hold on to it. Hopefully,
All right,
it
here's
gets
what's going to happen on this Tuesday morning. Thank y'all for getting up with us. We'll play a little bit of Judge Jamie. Frank Travis was going to be with us today, but we negotiated a visit Thursday. He needed a little bit more time to rest up, Mark. I think y'all been wearing him out practicing.
Hope so. I seen him last night. Sure did.
I didn't realize he was that talented until John David told me all about it.
It's pretty awesome.
Hey, let's get this weather forecast today. It's going to be awesome and not too awesomer the next couple of days.
You know, that's right. 38 degrees out there right now. Grab a light jacket on your way out or wear a sweater. Things are going to be nice today, though, so get out and do all that running around that you need to. 68 for our high today. 0% chance of rain. But tomorrow, you're going to need an umbrella for sure. High temperatures, there it is, 68 today. 64 for that high tomorrow. 100% chance of rain. We can get 2 to 4 inches over the next 2 days.
Whoa.
So that's a lot of rain. So do everything you can. It's going to be a downpour. But you know what? There's a lot of great events we're going to tell you about that you can go to and stay inside. Oh my goodness, we're going to tell you all about a big one here with Mark Yarbrough in just a moment, so you'll want to be there Wednesday. Friday though, things should start to dry out. Sunshine, 56 for that high, and a beautiful Saturday at 61.
Oh, there's a weather forecast. It ain't raining this morning.
No rain today.
No, it was clear all the way from Harvest.
Hey, Scott, what exactly is your job? Are you retired? Or
well, you know, I actually retired as far as from the space shuttle program, obviously.
So you're an astronaut?
Well, you know, I wish I would, but I was deaf on one side, so I couldn't be an astronaut, but I was an engineer on the ground and served all 135 missions. And so I wrote a book called Removed Before Flight. And so we've been going around. I just got back from Auburn, from the junior high, and they wrote a grant for the book. And so I went down to speak about 2 weeks ago. And so we're just really inspiring the next generation to reach further than we did.
He's so full of energy. He's going to tell you more about his story.
Let's move along.
He's got an incredible
So you sold your Mustang and went and bought another.
I did.
And while you were there, you didn't even sell that guy advertising.
Well, I've been trying. I have been trying. It's just him and his mom. Can I mention the name or no without some royalty fees? So, anyway, Tony's a good guy. I'll just say that.
What's he got? Man, let's give him a plug. Harvest.
Harvest Wholesale.
Right here on the left.
Tony Drake. Yeah, super good guy. It's the second one we bought there. So.
Mark, we're going to be talking with you a little bit exclusively here in just a little bit. You are the chairman of the Limestone County Commission. I just don't think things could get much better in this dang county.
Well,
Pretty awesome.
It's been a good 3-year run, 7,000 jobs, $2.175 billion investment.
Now, that's some of the stuff you're going to go over tomorrow when you have your state of the county.
We're going to encapsulate the last 3 years together.
Encapsulate?
Where we were.
Oh, wait a minute. They teach you that art more?
Frank Travis,
I don't know what that means.
Frank Travis taught me that word.
Yeah.
He can tell you all about it Thursday.
That's a big word.
You've really done a great job.
That's a big word.
Great job.
So since you've been in there 4 years, it's created 7,000 jobs.
A little over 7,000 jobs. Over $2 billion.
I don't even count what's coming. Most of it.
Wow.
That's great.
And we'll talk about, I know you guys will talk about that more too. I don't think people realize what's about to hit.
Well, I've had some people, I had a lady on Facebook send me a message, said, well, it's good, but it's not as big as Delphi. And I said, well,
Yeah, really?
It's like 25 times the size
Yes.
of Delphi.
Wow.
It really is.
So some people just
A lot
don't
of
have a
people.
clue.
No,
But a man who does, he drives a Toyota himself right now. The man,
As of right now, I
a
do.
man with no air conditioning. That's what them windows are for.
It's cool out today,
A man
Zack.
who can eat a whole bucket of KFC without even belching one bit of it up. Here he is now, Mr. Bama Zack.
Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by KFC, the best fried chicken in Athens and Limestone County. Hey, tough luck for Tanner yesterday. They fell down in the semifinals, 72-65 to St. Luke. They finished up. Their record's not even on here, so I can't tell you what it was.
Well, did you see how many free throws that the other school got?
They made 18.
I highlighted it for you.
26. Because they made 18 of 26 in the fourth quarter, while 24 of 39 in the second half. They were shooting a lot more free throws than Tanner was. I'm sure Coach Witt was too happy with that. So that sounds a little one-sided right there. And that 7-point difference, that was a big difference in the ball game. So wow, did not know that. Hey, Auburn's still rolling along. They're 14th in the AP poll and 15th in the coaches poll, and they play tonight against Arkansas. Alabama's on a 4-game losing streak, bunch of losers. And they got senior night tonight. They got to win one of these next 2 games to make the big dance. They play Florida at home tonight. It'll be on TV, so watch it if you want to. Got Georgiana beat R.A. Hubbard, so R.A. Hubbard is also out of the tournament. They lost 80-58 in the 1A semifinals yesterday. Butch Jones, we've heard that name before. We've called Joseph.
Yeah.
See, he looks a lot like him. Well, he might have a spot on the Alabama coaching staff as an analyst. We've lost a lot of guys off the field, on the field and off the field. So him and Nick Saban, he apparently was in Tuscaloosa over the weekend, and Butch Jones could be on the staff with Nick Saban.
He's hurting for money. He only got an $8 million
He just likes to coach, apparently. And, hey, Nick Saban's known to rehab a lot of guys, and they can get off and get better jobs. So,
Hey, Zack, give me a shout out here on Sick Call. Celebrating how many years?
Hey, the
Celebrating
Hudson's
KSC?
60, I think it was 65 years. They started at WJMW.
Mr. Miss Romine
Which the Donovans.
started it.
Yeah, the Romine started. Then the Hudsons took it over, and that's on WKC.
Is it still on?
It's still on.
Yeah, we're doing a recognition for it at the next commission meeting.
Okay.
They
I
did.
saw something on 48
The mayor
this
did it
morning. They were
today.
talking about that stuff.
Yeah, and one more thing. Alabama's 28 homecoming game will be against Missouri October 13th. And hey, one more thing. I thought it was going to be hot at that chili challenge, but I didn't know it was going to be so hot we had to clear the building.
First time in the 30, I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me go ahead and mention it right now. First time in the 30-year history. When we were leaving, y'all were just getting there. The Hospice Chili Challenge this weekend, we always do a special, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Had a fire alarm. Had to evacuate the whole building. Everybody just hung around and thought there was nothing to it. No, Fred came in there, out.
Everybody out.
We were still on the radio for Fred Sloss come by and said, y'all got to get out. So we had to.
Live video, and I'll just keep going. We go outside, everybody's outside. The musicians start playing outside too. Hey, speaking of the 30th annual Chili Challenge, you can see it exclusively right here on ZTV 11, starting coming up Friday night. Brought to you by Martin and Colby Construction, Strickland Home and Dirt Works, Rusty and Russell, get them a plug in there, and by Gloria Cooper, License Commissioner, Loving Limestone County. Get out and vote. Also, you know, while you voting, you might as well vote for Buddy Mark over here, too. So we'll talk about that later. Hey, I think I've got some pictures right now, so let's see what's happening. Here's what we had a long weekend. What we got first there, Bradford? That ain't me.
Look at Kristen, Hannah's landscaping. That's their little baby girl, and that's their grandson. Look how adorable. He had his little Hannah landscaping show.
Oh, there he is.
There he
It
is.
was bright, I meant sunny.
Cool
It was
breeze.
Saturday after the Chili Challenge. It was beautiful out there, wasn't it?
It was. Bogoss,
The
congratulations.
top salesperson for Marmac, Realtor
that
of the
right?
Year.
Hey, I'm
That's
drinking out of
right.
this coffee mug.
He's got a big old house for sale in Athens, Alabama. A little less than $8.99, I believe. 4 bathrooms upstairs, barely used. Home of a legend.
Home of a legend, that's
For
right.
sale.
Our
You know what he says
shameful.
every time I see him? He says, it's a good day to
It's a
call
great
Bub.
day to call
Great
Bub.
day to call
All
Bub.
right, we were leaving. Corey had 2 extra tickets. So geez, I'm gonna give them to this couple here, Mr. and Miss Terry from Decatur, Alabama. So that's them in the middle. That's me and
Good
Dusty.
morning.
So that's me on the left. They said, Jamie, we watch you and Gloria every morning. Man, we love that show. And I said, well, this is my pastor, Dusty McNamara, and his wife, Patty. He said, man, Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, I wake up to you. He goes to Mattress Springs Baptist.
Okay.
No, we don't
Mattress-
know where
You had me on that one. I was like, where's that at?
we don't know.
There, one of the judges right there, Mr. Dion Rose from Channel 48, taking his picture in front of the best-known vehicle in Limestone County.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, they really showed up. They had to make sure there was no carbon monoxide issues, so that's why everyone had to evacuate.
Wow. Did y'all see what Joey Boyd posted on my Facebook page? He said, what's the fire department putting? So I said, they had that blocking off traffic.
What else you got, Brad?
3-alarm
Before
chili.
Zach gets up, there's the three judges right there. Abby Kay in the center, Dion, and
That was the youngest junior judge ever, so we're glad he participated.
Cool.
And there's some of the evacuees.
I'm on the phone. It's me on the phone.
You know, it had been raining that morning, so how lucky were we that it was absolutely beautiful and no rain while we all had to stay outside. Who's that?
There's the latecomer getting there.
That's a good
There's the good-looking group.
Yeah, they were coming in as we were departing over there. So.
I just have to tell you, I just absolutely love Hunter. Gets out of that chair and gives me a great
If
big
you ever go to
hug.
Walmart, beside the men's bathroom, the women's bathroom, there's a bench there.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
These guys are probably there all day. So here's my plan. I'm going to get them all to start wearing Gloria Cooper T-shirts.
Yeah. So that everybody checks out will come right by them and see.
Absolutely.
As long as none of them get arrested for going in the wrong bathroom.
Now, those men can tell some stories, so.
All right, we'll take a break. We're going to come back and play Scott Phillips' #1 game. You played Judge Jamie before, haven't you?
I have.
You
And I
been
won the
studying?
last time, I think.
Well, don't
Don't
get too cocky.
I know, I think it was one question.
Don't get too cocky.
I hear you.
Scientist.
I hear you.
We'll be right back in just a moment. Y'all, hang on. All right, man, talk about coming down the chute. I am your man, Judge Jamie Scott. You remember how to play.
Yep.
This is brought to you by One Love Hearing. Can you hear me now, Zeke?
What?
That's right. 6 locations to serve you. Hazel Green, here's the main one. Give Zeke a call. If you know anybody having trouble hearing, he'll fix you right up. 233-3844. Wrong answer. Right answer.
Oh, yeah.
We have another player in here this morning, John David Crowe, sitting over here on set 2. John David's wearing one of my dad's favorite old hats. I mean, it's not that ain't it, but you know what we used to call them hats, don't you?
Brims.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You can text
I
him
like it.
later.
Makes you look sophisticated, doesn't it?
Why is he wearing it?
Because I'm sophisticated. You know what the hat's about?
What was that word you used, Mark? What was that word?
Encapsulate.
Encapsulate. You know, since you're up here, got a scientist up. We're live on Facebook this morning too. Going to give a shout out. You
Good
can also
morning,
win pork brains and gravy or fried possum.
Hallelujah.
Rod over at RV.
Fried possum.
That's an RV. All right, here's the first question. Now, Mark may be the only one that knows the answer to this right here.
Uh-oh.
It says right here,
Pressure.
what 4 counties in North Alabama are the top cotton producing counties?
Limestone.
Oh, that's one. I said
Morgan.
Limestone,
Morgan.
Morgan,
Probably Lawrence.
Jackson.
Limestone, Marshall, Morgan.
I had 2 of them, right?
That's right. You said Lauderdale.
I said
Marshall and
Morgan. I said
Right.
Morgan.
They are on. How many bales of cotton since 1955? It's gone way up. Are they supposed to produce this year?
55,000.
That's a lot.
100,000.
80,000.
47,000.
Tennessee Valley will lead the way as the state's on track to produce 1 million bales of cotton.
Doggy.
1955. Now that may be all together.
Golly.
Toyota's going to eat up a lot of that cotton land. I hate to
I was
tell y'all
gonna
that, but that's probably all right. Here's the real question. The Tennessee River usually rose in the fall, back at the turn, back in the 80s and 90s when cotton was really big. Flatboats could go over the rapids for 2 or 3 months in the spring. What did they charge back in the 1800s per bale of cotton to transport?
2 bits.
Probably $1 a bale.
10 cents.
$55.
$4 to $5 a bale.
Wow.
That's a lot of
Well, I didn't know
That's
that's
a lot of money.
$400 a
Wow,
bale.
that was it's awesome. Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Princess Theater. Decatur Daily's got a big thing on it over the weekend over there. The Princess Theater, what was it originally in 1887?
A saloon, a bar.
Close, but wrong, know-it-all.
A department store.
What's that clothing store, hardware?
Church?
I was gonna say something. I ain't gonna.
Livery stable.
Livery stable. Oh.
A livery stable.
I said cabaret.
It opened for its
Yeah.
first
Say cabaret.
I was gonna say something like
It
that.
opened as its first silent film in 1919, December 30th.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now,
I
what
was
you
gonna say it's
that?
one of them adult entertainment.
No, that's the Fox Theater in Mark's hometown.
Yeah, that's right up in Ardmore. That's right.
That's up in Ardmore. All right, this is a serious story here, but they're talking about organ donations due to overdose deaths in
Oh,
America.
jeez, man.
It says here that, of course, y'all know that opiates are killing thousands of people, but there is a good side to this. What percentage did the nonprofit group see in increase in organ transplanted, as well as donors and recipients in a 4-state area of West Virginia and Central Ohio?
It increased
50%.
80%.
50, 60%.
37% in donors. But here's a real question. A single person can potentially save how many lives through organ donation?
7.
That's right. 8 is the right answer.
Wow.
So that's close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
How'd you know that?
Yeah, yeah, kidneys.
It's the hat.
Kidneys are.
But anyway, because of so many people dying like that young, they've donated. So that's a positive side to something like that. I know all of y'all and all of y'all playing worldwide watch the Olympics. NBC's ratings fell dramatically this year. So a couple of
Yeah, a lot
questions.
of people didn't.
What men's team won their first ever gold?
Curling.
That was the right answer.
There you go,
Yes.
curling, yeah.
How many Americans medals were won? The Americans leave the games with how many medals?
25.
9.
Their lowest in 20 years.
25.
20.
26.
All right, Zach, close.
23.
23.
but nine golds.
Yeah, 23 is the right answer.
23, yeah.
We're going to have an IQ test up in a minute.
I hear you, man.
All right.
I didn't know that.
All right. Gas Buddy has got a thing out on the cleanest bathrooms
Oh.
in each state in USA Today.
Oh,
Good
my
grief.
gosh.
What is the cleanest bathrooms for stopping in Alabama?
Pilot.
Map.
The raceway.
Mapco is the right answer.
It is, yeah. It's nice.
Mapco is the right
I stop at a
answer.
lot of gas stations,
Yeah,
and
that's
Mapcos are nice.
Mapco.
They are
Good
nice.
to know.
I wish they'd build a new one up here.
Tennessee is Speedway.
Speedway.
All right, anyway, that's an easy answer. Boys, we move on to part 2 now. All right, here we go.
I've cleaned bathroom.
Bathroom inspector.
I hate that.
That's not a
You go
good
there,
job.
take it.
They did a thing on AL.com. Kelly Casey, we all know, used to work here. 67 counties from Alabama are best known for what? And we'll just give you what is Barber County best known for?
The track. Barber Motor Speedway.
That ain't even in that Barber.
Okay.
That's in Jefferson County.
That's in
Oh,
Birmingham.
you said
yes.
Barber County, my bad.
Beaches.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Okay,
even know where that's at.
Speaking of beaches, Danny says hello all the way from the beach. Good morning,
Oh,
guys.
my gosh.
Oh, hey,
They're actually in
Danny.
the Smokies. They're
Danny
actually in
boy.
the Smokies.
Benson.
Yes, he's in the Smokies.
Don't know him.
We miss you, Danny.
Blunt County. What are they known for?
Blunt County?
If you was a connoisseur of country road stories, you'd know this one.
Blunt.
Covered bridges.
Covered bridges.
Carteret County, Helen Keller. Lawrence County, Jesse Owens. Oh, we'll stick on down here.
What's
Madison
Limestone County?
Rocky. Limestone County. What is it? Number one thing it's known for?
Cotton.
Fiddler's Convention.
Fiddler's Convention is the right answer.
Way to go.
There you go, Frank.
And it also has
Way to go, Frank.
also the Toyota plant, thanks to Mark Yarbrough, chairman of the Limestone County Commission.
Attaboy, Mark.
Oh, man.
That's a good plug.
How do you get
I
that
think
in?
you get
How do
all
you
the
get
phone
that
calls, yeah. otherwise.
Billy Graham is lying in state right now.
That's awesome. I mean, it's sad, but I was being serious.
Good for
That's
him.
quite an honor.
Honor.
It is.
John David was quoted in Athens News Courier over the weekend.
Yes, I was.
and being an associate pastor down at Friendship Beds, what was your quote?
Well, they said, what do you think about Billy Graham's passing? I said, good for him. And that's what they wrote.
Oh my goodness.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Sure enough.
But here's the question, know-it-alls.
No, they didn't.
How many private citizens have ever had the honor of lying in state there?
One.
Maybe
4.
8 or 9.
Not me.
4
Well,
or 5.
4 is the right answer. Rosa Parks was the last one. What was the first American president ever to lie in state?
Abraham Lincoln?
It wasn't Lincoln, he was second.
Oh, that was second.
Henry Clay.
Henry Clay. Oh, my gosh.
Well, I thought you'd
I
get
didn't
that
even
right.
know he was president.
Well, he was
Mr.
early.
Clay's husband?
He was
That's
early.
right.
I know y'all all get this one. What is the name of Michelle Obama's new book coming out in the fall?
No idea.
That's not it.
I didn't.
Brad, I'm rich.
I'm rich, yeah.
Becoming. How much is she being paid for her memoir?
Too much.
Oh my goodness.
2 million.
Yeah, too much.
$1
million.
$2 million.
It's more than that.
$30 million.
Oh,
Man, I'm fixing to start writing me a book, Brad.
Oh, here we go. Only Zack will know the answer to this one.
Okay, Zach.
All right, here we go. In another country, there appears to be a shortage right now of ingredients for KFC, for crispy chicken, a southern fried breading now that you can buy. How much is a bucket of KFC going for there?
Where at now?
I
In
think
what
it's
country?
over, I'll have to find my writing here, but it's in what country is that? I think it's over-
$25 a bucket.
That is almost correct,
Wow.
Zach, but the answer is $2,500.
Hey, I like me some chicken, but not that much, brother.
That's right.
The Colonel himself better bring it out.
The original
I won't
recipe
Reba bringing it to
is
you.
highly classified. When was the original recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken invented?
1925.
1969.
1940.
Oh, older than I thought then.
Last question. Winner take all. I have always saved the best for last.
You always do.
Now, Danny Vincent may know the answer to this question because he knows a lot of famous people.
Yes, he
It
does.
does.
So let's see if he's up to
He's a
snuff and knows
hobnob.
this one. Here we go.
Knows them
Who
all.
is Picasso?
Picasso.
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 Picasso was a painter.
That's what I was going to say.
That's a good answer. That's why you're the chairman of the thing, because that's a very smart answer. But that's a wrong answer.
Is it a cat?
Who is Picasso?
It's a pig.
Pig that
It's a
got
famous
the
pig.
pig that got ate by its owner
Yeah,
up in Canada.
pig that played Babe?
The gas pig. The pig that
got ate up by because
the
he
Brennan
didn't learn no
family.
It
tricks.
is a porker who was saved from the slaughterhouse, and now he paints on a canvas,
No, it's not.
and his prints sell for $2,000 a picture.
Danny said artist.
Huh?
He would be right.
That's
An
right.
artist.
An artist pig.
You were right, Danny. He's an
I
artist.
heard on the radio.
Okay, but here's,
pig got
what is the
slaughtered
name
because
of his exhibit?
Come on, Danny.
Stupidville. You mean people are paying $2,000 for a pig?
Green Acres.
Oink.
Ridiculous.
I'm not making this stuff up.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen an elephant.
First of all, let me
paint,
go to
but-
Danny Benson on vacation with his fiance. Really? You ain't got nothing else to do at 6:30 in the morning except watch
it
us
clean,
live from Athens, Alabama? You're about to get married.
We love y'all.
Let's take a
Love you,
break.
Danny.
Y'all hang on.
That's a good point.
And welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Let's talk about that weather forecast because Wednesday we do have rain in it. Today we do not. There's about 39 degrees out there this morning. Grab a light jacket or sweater on your way out. But high temperatures today, around 68 degrees. So enjoy and get everything done. 100% chance of rain tomorrow. We have for the next 2 days 2 to 4 inches of rain. That could definitely move on its way in. So grab an umbrella. You're going to need it much of the day tomorrow. Carried on into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Gorgeous with some sunshine. Let's talk about Swamp Johns. If you haven't gotten your tickets for this Relay for Life fundraiser, shame on you. This is County for a Cure. You can contact them too. You can check out their page on Facebook, and you can reach them there as well. This is going to be March 1st, $10 a ticket. We'll probably see you there. It's a great event too. All right, let's talk about some goodies. You've been here with us in the past. What was that about? 3 years or 4 years?
About 3 years ago, when my book, Removed Before Flight, I was in the Space Shuttle program for 33 years and wrote a book to inspire the next generation. So since I've seen you last, I've put 40,000 miles on our van, traveling around the country, really, and I just got back from Auburn with the 8th graders. And so we really want to inspire the next generation to reach further than we did in the shuttle program.
Well, Scott, you've been certainly busy, but let's talk a little bit about your story first, about your personal story, if you would like to share a little.
Well, absolutely. You know, of course, this year, past year, I turned 58 years old last year, February 12th, Abraham Lincoln's birthday, actually. And so I was actually out in the shop, and I had a stiff neck. And turned out that I went to my doctor and thinking I needed some kind of muscle relaxants. Turned out that I actually had thyroid cancer. Believe it or not, I had growth on my thyroid, so I had that removed. But what had happened was that I was in the hospital, had to take a night in the hospital. My wife said, well, I'll pick you up in the morning. And so I was actually laying in the bed that night by myself thinking, hey, I've never had anything removed before. And so at this point in time, I woke up the next morning and a word came over me. And the word was, in order to receive the deference or that you desire, you must create something universally acceptable. So Diane picked me up the next morning, and I told her, she said, what does that mean? I said, well, I don't know.
She's not heard ideas coming
she
before,
said,
has she?
What does that mean? I said, I don't know, but I think I'm in for it. So 2 weeks later, I'm out on East Limestone County doing my wood hunt for my shuttle models. You know, I built those shuttle models all those years, and so I'm out looking, and something came over me. And I asked the guy that I've known for years, I said, hey, you wouldn't have any dead wood, would you? He said, well, you mean spalted wood? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, I got a tree buried back of the property, so we went and unburied the tree and cut it. And so what that means is there's a marbleization that takes place on dead wood. And most people know it as like guitar backs, things like that that are opened up. And so anyhow, I bought the log and had the log taken to my mill at Eager Beaver here in Limestone County. And as I saw it on the cradle to direct the cuts, I noticed the spalt at the end.
All right, now let's see if we can hold that right there. They're going to zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
All right, now tell me what you're
Okay, the
seeing
spalting is the marbleization. So I noticed it was up on the cradle, and I was getting ready, something came over me again.
Right.
And I said to myself, there's a mirror image to what I'm looking at. And so I had them cut it into these humps. And so I got home, and I was at my bandsaw. And at that point, there was a word that came over me. Here again, I'm not a minister, overly religious person, but the word said, Scott, there is beauty in death. Do not fear it. There is beauty in death.
Wow.
He knew to speak to me. When I say he, I think the higher power came to me and said, hey, I know you're concerned about your health, so on. And so he actually had me put this model together as the decay process is each one of these lines is the decay process. And like our life, we're born, we're raised, we have children, whatever, we work, we have setbacks, we get sick, so on. So each one of these lines represent. And so I looked at that, and in my mind it was like, hey, look at my life. It's really kind of beautiful, but not organized. And so it came to me that the mirror image was really God's perfect love on the other side. And he said, I'm going to marry up with you. And then he said, we're going to make something of your life. And then he says, we are the same, Scott, but different.
Very good.
We are the same. So all the pieces that I make have Christ-like, bird-like, alien-like creatures in each one of these pieces.
This
So
is, I mean, actually beautiful. Hey, when the Lord speaks to you, you better listen.
There you go. So it's all really derived from the fungi that comes from
That
dead
is
trees
pretty
called turkey tail.
Now, gee, we see a lot of these in
See?
our yard.
Absolutely.
So
And
that's important.
of course, it's wet. At this point in time, it's not seasoned. I'm a dendrologist, so I know how to season the trees so they fit into these art pieces.
So now these, I mean, do people just have these lying around? What do they need to do?
Well, at this point in time, they're wet. You'll have to cut them
dry
up
out?
and then dry them until down to about what we call 6% moisture content, and then you can actually fit these together. So we're actually embellishing a lot of things. I made, like I say, I have over 1,000 designs at this point in time, and we actually are now making T-shirts.
Look at you.
You can see that little
Oh, that's
guy
a
right
pretty
there. Of course,
T-shirt,
being in
yeah.
the space business, I had to do a space T-shirt.
You had to have a little space guy
That's
in there.
exactly right there.
I see
That's
it.
actually how he looked. And I have him in a safety deposit box because that's really a one-of-a-kind type deal. And
Now we have some photos, Brad, if you'll share those. Where can people, I mean, how can people reach you? I'm assuming you sell all of this?
right, here again, we're making the small ones here for Christmas, for holidays, things like
Ornaments,
that.
okay.
And you can get it at my website, www.removebeforeflightbook.com. And you get not only that, but you get a card that goes along with it that describes the art and the testimony that goes along with it. And so we've been having fun here just in this, we're about a year into it. And it's really built my confidence to get back into the shop.
Right.
In other words, because I had carpal tunnel on top of it. So to a guitar player and a wood carver, that is really
You have to get
a
that
big thing.
fixed.
But this really carried me through. So I think for a summation was that I actually feared death. And I think the Lord came down to me. I know he did. And he said, Scott, don't fear it. There is beauty in death, even in what you understand in dendrology, the wood. I had to speak to you through the wood. And so that's how I learned about faulted spirits.
You know, when you're faced with that big C word, when they tell you
Yeah.
it's cancer, you know, I would imagine at that point, of course you're going to fear death.
Right. And I think the best thing for people at this
But yet, death, when we leave this place, is supposed to be the most amazing. It is the most amazing thing.
Right.
We're just
right.
scared.
I think we fear death because I think it's for other people. I think we fear death for others. You know, if of a child or your spouse or whatever, I think that's where we really fear. I think for ourselves, for me, at this point in time, I've lived a very good life. I think it's about my legacy, and I want to leave a legacy to my family. And so when I know that it's time for me to go, I know that I've done the right things, and that's when I can let go.
Good for
And
you.
but the Lord has given us this gift that is actually infinite, forever. So I'm making thousands of these, and they're all different.
Okay.
And I want to give you a blessing today. Is the one that you have in your lap is yours.
That was my favorite.
That is that. There you go. We picked that,
It's
and
gorgeous.
Jamie's going to probably get a T-shirt out of the whole thing too. Jamie, you'll get a T-shirt.
You can get these cute little ornaments too.
I can't give you the mushroom part because you can't eat those. But it's been a blessing
Those are
that you
awesome.
invited me on your show today, and like I say, it helped me through my cancer and my carpal tunnel, and so I just want to pass that on.
Well, that is wonderful. Good luck. If you're still selling books.
Yeah, still doing it. In fact, like I said, we just got back from Auburn, and I had 200 students to talk with. And what I find are young people want to attach themselves to something larger in life.
Right.
And then I want to show them that they can seize that opportunity.
All right. Well, here it is. We'll have this on, of course, the Facebook pages and everything. It's definitely going to be good. And so much love poured into it, too. Thank you so much for coming this
Thank you,
morning.
Gloria.
Good
I
to see
appreciate
you
it.
again.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
He has waited patiently throughout the program after playing another exciting Judge Jamie game. Mark Yarbrough, one of my bestest friends in the world up here, chairman of the Limestone County Commission and seeking re-election. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You got a big day coming up tomorrow. It's the State of the County.
State of the County. It'll be my third State of the County I've delivered.
Already?
Yeah. Well, I went in office November 2014, so they kind of give me a break in 2015 because I'd only been on the job about 3 months.
Since you went in office, Mark, 3 years ago, what really has changed in Limestone County?
Well, you know, one thing, I inherited a budget that was $2.4 million in the red. Our CFO told me first day, you're going to lose $2.4 million this year.
Well, that's encouraging.
And you've got a, you know, the previous administration had doubled the debt of the county and borrowed like $5 million to do a $7 million courthouse renovation, borrowed $3 million to do a $4.2 million jail expansion. And she said, oh, you need to find that $3.6 million too. And the mortgage payments on that's about $803,000 a year. You got that on you now. But we've been able to balance our budget. They had dropped the reserves from $12 million to $5 million, but we've actually added $276,000 to the reserves. So from a financial standpoint, we've had a completely 180.
You've also renovated the courthouse.
Yes, sir.
People forget about that now that Toyota came in.
No more jokes about the courthouse. You know, we lit it so we can light it red, white, and blue and all the school colors for their academic and athletic achievements. You know, we live stream our commission meetings.
Right.
You know, the Alabama County Commission Association told me not to do that. They said, well, you don't want to do that. I mean, you go, that's out there for everybody, don't do it. And I said, well, we're doing the people's business. People should be able to see it and participate, because you can see it on your phone. And after we did it, Madison County started doing it, Morgan County started doing it, other counties.
So once again, a leader.
Yeah, well, innovator maybe.
Yeah, innovator. All right, let's go back. The big news now. Limestone County is on everybody's list now. Like we were talking to Ken Gardner the other day, and Ken says he's getting so many calls about people wanting to buy property out in that Greenbrier from all over, businesses coming in.
I'm working 12 projects right now, other projects.
12?
Yes, sir, in Limestone County, and I've been inundated with phone calls from all over the country. You know, we're the hottest economic region in the United States right now, and you know, one of the top 5 in the world.
We are the
hottest economic development region in the United States, and one of the top 5 in the world.
Limestone County.
Yes, sir. You know, when we were doing Toyota, you read all the experts saying, well, it's 22 states. Limestone County is probably ranked 22nd on that. And then when they cut it to number 11 states, well, I'm sure, you know, I'd read on Google all the experts saying, well, they're probably number 11. And then in the top 5, well, they're 5th. There's no way. And in the end, we win the project, so.
This took a lot of teamwork, like with Tommy Battle.
Oh, yeah, look, Tommy's been great. He's, you know, I referred to him down there at the announcement as a quarterback for our team, but he really is. I mean, you can't land projects like this and have this kind of posterity.
But he worked on that for 10 years.
He worked on it for a long time. I mean, once we lost Volkswagen, then we started putting the sewer line in, the infrastructure to make something like this possible, and then you worked on getting that site created as TVA mega site, which allows for a reduced utility fees and allows TVA to put money in the project.
People have heard about the 4,000 jobs coming with Toyota, but you shared with me the other day, and this is what I think people don't understand yet. That's just a drop in the bucket.
Well, you got a 2.5 multiplier for that, because every person that works at Toyota, they're going to need a doctor, an attorney, an accountant. They're going to shop at stores and small businesses. They get their hair cut, nails done. They'll buy clothes. So all those jobs, you know, you're going to have an increase in population. So you're going to create what they call the multiplier effect, 2.5 jobs for every one. So that's another 10,000 jobs. But you know, there's going to be 25 to 30 Tier 1, Tier 2 automotive suppliers like a Bocar or a Federal Mogul or a Shape Corporation that's going to locate within 30, 35 miles of that plant. No, we've had meetings. I've already had meetings with Dr. Sis, Dr. Holliday, Superintendent's Education from Morgan, Madison, City of Madison, Lauderdale County, about trying to tap into some state funds and some corporate funds, do a corporate public merger to put in a workforce training academy. So our kids, you know, in their high school is a continuation to our tech center and Calhoun Community College.
This is a little bit more complicated than just selling 2,000 or 3,000 acres of land out there to a major automotive plant.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of the land, you know, you said that earlier about the cotton, but a lot of the land that's purchased is being purchased as a buffer around it. So the farmers that work there will still be able to farm it. They'll just have to pay $1 a year at least for it. So they
Really?
make, yeah, they're getting like a lot of money for their property, the landowners, but it'll still
You've
be
been
farmed.
in 4 years. You're seeking re-election. You got your state of the county tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
What possibly can we citizens of Limestone County expect from you the next 4 years?
Well,
I mean, how can it get any better than it's gotten?
Well, here's the thing, Jamie. We're at a pivotal point in the county. We've worked incredibly hard to put ourselves in a position to succeed. Now, if we want to go back to the old days of sticking your head in the sand, let's spend, and let's poke our head out every so many years to see what happened, or we can really bear down and work hard to make sure that all this other hard work comes to fruition and we do succeed. And that's the thing. I don't want to get people lost in the euphoria of, well, we got Toyota Mazda, so we can just sit back and rest on the laurels, because you're not. Now it's time to go to work.
What's going to happen out there on that 2,000 acres? What can people expect over the next year out there?
In the next,
I heard you mention a bunch of dirt somewhere.
Well, they're gonna move-
Well, you were on 48 Saturday morning.
they're going to lose 7 million yards of dirt that have to be put on
How
grade.
many dump truck loads is that?
Or divide that by 14. So, well, Greenbrier Parkway will be extended from Old Highway 20 right there where it is now, all the way up to Cambridge Lane and Huntsville Browns Ferry. They'll be done in 23 months. That's a huge construction project.
That's going to be 4 lane in
Yes, sir.
23 months.
Yes, sir. Highway 20 in front of the old restaurant from Greenbrier Parkway back to Madison County line will be 4-laned in 23 months. In the next 6 to 8 months, they'll start building the structure out there. By October, they'll start putting walls up on the actual
about the
building
rail
itself.
yard out there?
The rail yard is massive.
Really?
Well, you're going to ship 1,000 cars a day out there.
1,000 a day?
And what people a lot of people don't understand is
1,000 a day?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the thing is, it's an assembly plant. So all those parts will be brought in, assembled, and shipped out. So there'll be as much traffic in as it will be going out. The parking lot's like 600 acres. It's massive in scale.
How do you control yourself pulling this plan in? What do you do from here?
As far as
Everything. I mean,
Listen, I
what
met-
you've done has been absolutely amazing.
Commissioner Black and I met with ALDOT Director John Cooper last week. We got major traffic issues, even though it's kind of not in our wheelhouse, but I've got to get people from Memphis and all that that's coming up this Bibb Garrett Road. We need an overpass on Old 20 right there. We need this bridge that's been out down here for 2 years.
is that
We've
what the
got
snails are?
yeah, we're looking at restructuring another road. We got to get some of this traffic on 72 Highway out here alleviated some. So there are so many infrastructure issues that we got to work through.
Now, will you be going over all this tomorrow at your State of the County?
Yes, yeah.
Anything else we can expect tomorrow? Can people still get into this?
As far as my knowledge is, it's hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. I think CDPA is the platinum sponsor for it, but to my knowledge, you can still get tickets. I think they've sold 200 something tickets.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, as always, man, know
Thank
you a
you,
long
friend.
time. Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
look forward to getting you elected again the next 4 years. And you've
hopefully
done
so.
an absolutely phenomenal job.
Well, thank you.
And
very
we'll hear
much.
all about it tomorrow. Don't forget to go at noon down at Athens State College.
Yes, sir.
Anyway.
No, it's at the event center, Limestone County
Oh,
Event
it's at the
Center.
event center?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Mayor's was over there.
Right.
Event center.
Right.
All right, don't forget to go over there. That's where the county, you're over that too, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Courthouse, event center.
Dinner, annexes.
You know, this campaign is getting rough. I was at the event center like 3 days in 1 week, past 6 o'clock at night.
You're going to be there a lot more, too.
I'm going to celebrating a victory
Yeah.
coming up soon. All right, event center tomorrow. Here's Joseph and Gloria to finish the program out on this Tuesday morning.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. All right, Joseph, you know, we dabbled a little bit about you helping people
Yes.
get involved with acting. You know, he does that on the side, not just the Mustang Man, and on top of a real job, too. But that's going well. In fact, you just came in this morning and said one of the people that took one of your classes is...
He's on his first paying gig this morning. Cale Abernathy is in Knoxville filming. Can't say a whole lot about what role he's doing, but it is a crime show that you'll be able to watch on Discovery ID, so he's pretty excited.
He just started.
I
You
know.
just did this a couple weeks ago.
Let me just say, though, Cale took my advice, and this is third generation. You know, Danny taught me.
Right.
I listened and applied it, and Cale did the same thing. I've passed on that knowledge of just what do I need to do, what do I not need to do, what are the groundwork that you've got to lay. And it's not hard, but you've got to do it. You've got to upload. You've got to get your profile built. You've got to apply on certain places and just do the right things. And he listened, and I like to tell people he hit the ground running.
Cale, he's a ham anyway.
Well, he is. If you've ever met Cale, he's just a bubbly personality, very contagious personality, and I've just been so impressed with him. And I told him, I said, soak it up while you're there. I said, look at those cameras, make some connections, you know, and just do what I've taught you. And he's doing it today, so I'm really excited.
What a great moment for you, too, to already have that.
Again.
And I know you're just helping these guys do this.
I am. I mean, I'm just kind of giving them the basics of what they need to do and lessons that I've learned from Danny.
That one moment you shared with me when you said it kind of made it just surreal when you're standing back on a movie set and all of a sudden you see so-and-so walk by. Who did you see walk by?
Well, I was in a high bay on the military base over north of Atlanta. And I hear this door open. It's a break, we're not filming. I hear this door open, and then across a large high bay like that, I hear these shoes clicking. And I started watching, and it was Kevin Costner. And I just, you know, as a fan, you want to run over and shake his hand and say something. But you know, you have to know your place. So I just stood there and I watched him walk across that high bay, and I thought, that's Kevin Costner. And I'm fixing to do a scene with him. And I did, you know, Kirsten Dunst, Octavia Spencer. It was a surreal moment because I could go back in my mind hearing Danny say, you never know what a little drive down the road will get you. And now you also went on gigs, I guess you call it, that you didn't get. So you had to put that time in. You had to pay that gas. You do. You know, you got to go on your own dime, or you got to go when it's going to be. You're going to make $100 a day, but when you get hotel and gas, you go in the hole. But it's part of it. So anyway, good job. Well, thank you for being with us this morning and sharing those stories too. If you need to get in touch with Joseph, let us know. We'll definitely put you in touch with him. All right, it's been fun, interesting today too. Good day. We're gone for the day. We'll be out and about. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.